Thank you everybody for coming back. My apologies for that issue. Like I said, it happened with the other program too, so it seems to be a computer issue. I'm gonna take that as a compliment, Shane. I'm just gonna take that as a compliment. I'm gonna take that as meaning that I was gone for such a little time that you didn't even notice I was gone. That's how I'm go.
No, no, no! This is not happening!
Shelly, really, game? You gave me Shelly. You had to spawn me as any random counselor just because of that bug, but you did Shelly. So bad. You were only listening while you play Marvel Puzzle Quest. Well, that's cool. Watching streams while you play a game, or listening to them rather. That can be really fun. Just to have somebody around to listen to while you play a game. Yeah, I know. It could have at least given me Jenny or Tiffany. I mean, my girlfriend's named Tiffany, and I like Tiffany just because my girlfriend's named Tiffany. Well, there's more reasons than that, but that's a big one. Yeah, this is. It's like I lost 3 viewers. You know why? Shelly. Okay, brightness is looking dark again. I had that fixed earlier, but then I tweaked it because things were looking too bright, but I just. Whatever. Alright. Might need to go a little higher. I hate this. I hate being forced to play as Shelly randomly. I hate being subjugated to a bug that has been known about forever. That is not good. It's been known about for like ever. And still nothing done about it. Sorry, I was checking my phone for a second there. Let me know if I'm having problems with my stream. I noticed I lost a few viewers. I think I'm losing all these viewers because of Shelly. This is what the problem is. It's all Shelly's fault. Damn you, Shelly. You're making me lose everything. It's all your fault, Shelly. It's all your fault. He can't be bargained with. He can't be reasoned with. He doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear because he's a fucking video game character. Actually, he does feel fear. That he does. He feels fear. Absolutely will not stop ever until he's dead. Last night you got the Random Kessler bug, you had picked AJ and got Princess Cloudhopper. Yeah, that does seem like a pretty disparate playstyle from what you were going for with Stealthy AJ. Stealthy Repair AJ and a character that isn't stealthy and can't repair would definitely be a... It definitely would throw you off, and it's why I'm getting sick and tired of the bugs in this game, to be honest. I really am. I mean, I'm starting to feel like playing something else. It's getting to that point, at least for now. Take a little break. I'm tired of wanting to play as a certain person, and it spawns me into someone else. I'll complete this match, but then afterwards I think I'm gonna play something else. This is just stupid. I need to check my stream quality and make sure, because I just buffed up the processor power a lot. You know what's funny? It tells me, oh, don't do this if you have, unless you have an i7. I'm using an i5. I think some of that stuff was written with people who stream games from their computer in mind, and it wasn't really written in mind for people like me. They're streaming it, you know, from a console. So yeah, it definitely looks good. It looks a lot better than it did. My stream quality is, I dare say, the best it's been so far. And because of that, it almost tempts me to push the quality even harder. But let's see, if I'm running around at full speed, my CPU is going at 76, 75, 78%. Okay, maybe I don't need to push it higher. I think I'm starting to drop frames if I run around too much. I don't see any drop frames on the stream. Alright, yeah, like I said. But 70% is usually where you want to stick. You don't want to push it up to 80 or 90%. The quality's fine right now. No reason to always feel like I gotta keep pushing things, right? I gotta tell you, OCD, it's not as fun as the TV show Monk would have you believe. I don't have a map. I don't think this person has a map. I hate being Shelly. I hate that the game spawned me randomly as Shelly. Wish Jason would kill me just to put me out of my misery at this point. Being randomly spawned as characters that you don't want to play as is really unfortunate. And, you know, more so because it's been known about forever and the bugs still persist. I mean, how hard could it be to program the game to spawn you as the character you picked? Like, I'm not a programmer, but I still have to feel like that's a pretty, you know, A to B kind of thing. It's a pretty simple kind of procedure. I mean, I have worked with, like, a little bit with RPG, well, not a little bit, I've worked a lot with RPG Maker. Being a little too modest there. And that's not exactly the same as programming, but you can use JavaScript to program with it. I do sometimes. Still gotta finish the game about my relationship with Tiffany. It's a horror game based upon my relationship with Tiffany and the fact that things went a little sour later on in our relationship. But now we're back together. But in the game, it would have multiple endings. I've already got the past all worked out. So regardless of whether things work out between me and her or not, the game will stay relevant because there'll be multiple endings. So everything's filled, there's just no keys. All we really need is keys. This is kind of annoying, it's just a key hut. Usually all the parts for anything are nearby to that thing. So unless somebody was running around with the keys, or is running around with the keys. Actually, I'm the last motherfudger left. And now I just got scared by a body, which means oh, there's the keys. Any hope I had, any hope I had of being stealthy is gone. I know I saw them. I was going to grab them, but at this point, no point, because I don't have anybody around to stall Jason while I try to grab them, and he's after me.
Who is that? My God, I can't look.
There's nobody left, he's not going to... And he's got rage mode, so I can't... These firecrackers are useless. He'll just break through this door. Like, very quickly because of rage mode, but the audio cue will at least give me a cue to know when to jump out. And the fact that it takes him just like a second to get to that animation where he breaks through the door. See, I still got another spray, so whether he breaks the window or what. As long as he doesn't set down another trap. Which I don't believe he has. And I don't have to worry about running away just yet. It's best to use each building as long as you can, you know, get the most use out of it as you can. And to stay in the light. Gotta stay in the light, Caroline. Come to the light. Okay, there's nothing here. He could come through there and be completely silent and I wouldn't know he was there. So I need to be watching that door while keeping my ear out for the audio cues of the door that I'm not looking at.
Anyone?
He did put down another trap! Oh fuck! What did I just do? What did I just do? I thought he was back at the building. Clearly not. This isn't a good place to run away from him. This cabin sucks. Did you hurt your little foot there, Jason? I'm all out of stamina. Never a good thing. Here's a couch.
Anyone? Help!
This is slasher Jason through and through. He's not going for a grab even when it's given to him.
You want some more?
Now wait a second. Wait a second. I thought he couldn't be stunned when he was in rage mode. Was that fixed? Was that changed? Does the axe have? Does the axe include it as an exception now?
Damn it! Just die! Ow!
That was. That blew me away. There's something, Shane, do you know about this? Shane, is there something I'm missing here? Because when he's in rage mode, he's not supposed to be stunnable by anything but a shotgun and the sweater.
My sweet,
So how did
sweet
I just stun him with an axe? I was only doing that to get my
Mommy
stamina back.
loves you. Now come home.
Oh. Did his mask come off? I didn't see his mask come off. Well, if his mask came off, and that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. But it looked to me like he just, did his usual, stands there, turned his head, gets mournful about life kind of deal. Remembers how his mom used to not have a head. Or, well, still doesn't have a head, but I guess it depends on how you look at it. She either doesn't have a head or doesn't have a body. But our consciousness and our existence and everything, it's all stored up here in our heads, right? So, I guess you would say she doesn't have a body. But even that's not entirely true because she's got a table. She's got more legs than she did before. Produces the same effect but actually isn't stunning him. Yeah, that had me confused for a second there. At the time, I was only hitting him to get my stam back because my stam was so low. I was hoping to just hit him. Maybe get hit by one of his axe slaps, but hopefully not. But be able to run away. Because if you get hit by his axe slashes, you're more likely stun locked and screwed. Exactly stun locked, but pretty much, because by the time you get far enough away, you'll probably be hit by a second one too. I will be right back. I'm going to grab another soda. In fact, I'm just going to leave this like this. It's probably going to piss off the people in the lobby, but who cares? Patience is a virtue, right? I will be right back. Okay, so yeah, he's definitely still invulnerable. Sorry. Feels weird holding this like this. I'll be right back. Feels nice not to have that on my ears right now, though. Like, I got my earrings out because I'm not, like, wanting them to push up against the sides. When I wear these headsets, it'll push up against the side of my neck. We do have some really cute angel noise. Oh, fudge. I'm setting this on the friggin' floor and making noises. I apologize. We can mute my mic and go grab my soda. So I got a few new viewers while I was away and not talking. Like, whoops, I missed them. They're like, she doesn't talk, I'm leaving. Which at one time, that would have been a correct assessment when I only talked in chat through a keyboard. I had to get my soda. Oh yeah, I cut my mic back. My mic. If you really want to make a drinking game out of my stream, like every time I call my camera a mic, take a shot. Just be aware that you may die of alcohol poisoning doing this. My last clove cigar. These things are $10 a pack. Expensive as hell. Nicholas Maines is starring in a horror comedy called Bet. Cool. I don't know why. I just could never. I could never get into most horror comedies. Like I loved Return of the Living Dead though. Like, why is my camera not pointed directly
this
at
is not
me?
happening.
I have it like literally where it blocks some of the screen for me, and just so that I look directly at the camera, and it's not pointed directly at me. It's annoying. It annoys my OCD. I'm sorry. It's annoying my OCD. It was shot last year and premiered in LA. You got a lowercase L, or is it in Iowa? Maybe maybe it was actually intended to be an uppercase I. Why did I do that? Why did that happen? Why does that ever happen? It seems like that could be a somewhat simple thing to fix too, just to make it to where once you've gotten a certain number of feet into the building, or not feet, but I guess at that point be centimeters, and just that way you wouldn't always close the door on yourself just trying to be quick. Because speed is important. Speed is tantamount to living in this game when it comes to getting the objectives done as fast as you can. We have gas on the map, speaking of which. My gas. Mine. Where'd it go? Where is it? Where's the gas? You bitch! You took my gas. I should have seen it sooner, but I've been awake for a long time. I'll grab the battery then. No, AJ, you better not be thinking about that battery. I'm sorry, I said bitch really loud, and apparently I made somebody leave. I didn't mean to. I guess that was just a little too much. I usually don't swear on my stream. I don't know why I have been lately, and I apologize. Just been through a lot this year. My cat died. Thought my girlfriend was cheating on me, but we're back together now. But that's only after I started dating someone else, who now is heartbroken. And I just been through a lot. The F-bombs fly. I'm ready game. Yeah, I said it too harsh though. I said it loudly. I was like, bitch. I screamed it really loudly. And I'm always talking about how my stream, I keep it nice and chill so that people can leave it on when they sleep and stuff. Whoops. Sometimes it's hard not to. I mean, it's like when I'm playing a real scary game. This game doesn't scare me, but when I'm playing a game that actually is genuinely scary with jump scares and stuff, I scream. I absolutely scream. That really can't be helped. Certain emotive reactions are just kind of unavoidable. That's a pretty good way to do it, Shane. I always keep it 100% family friendly when I am playing a child's game, but more family friendly game, child's game. I'm sitting here playing with blocks. Playing Rugrats for the Nintendo 64. That'd be funny. Where is he anyways? I need to get my stand back. There he is. Boy. As long as he's taken, I can just stand here. Should be able to get this done in time.
God, it actually fit.
Does anybody have keys? Anybody got the keys? Anybody get the keys? Keys, somebody keys. There's no keys on the map.
Help! Damn it!
So nobody's located them, or if they have them on their person. I always thought it was funny when people say, like, on your person. That's why I said it. It's because it's funny. It's on your person. Like, what does that even mean? You got the keys on a keychain dangling off of your... Never mind. On your person just sounds weird. This is a nice big house. Got friends coming by. Have a party. Oh, I didn't hit accept. I changed Mitch's emotes and forgot to hit accept. Oh well. I'll do that next time.
Holy shit, it started!
After all this time, still make that mistake. Oh, hi, Jason. Porn star Chad has the keys.
Please, no!
Give it where you yeah. Exactly. Yeah, no time to do this. There's no weapons or anything nearby. So I will jump out of the window. Or quietly sneak out the back door. I'm surprised that worked. To be honest. Because I didn't quietly sneak out the back door, I ran out the back door. But... despite those big white blips that Jason must have seen running in this direction, I don't see... J-Man himself. Well, I see one J-Man. I see Mitch. Mitch is a J-Man. J for joint. I put that trap. Stupid. I've always told people on my stream to put traps on the outside. And apparently, because it's been so long, I took a hiatus from this game for a while there. I was starting to put them on the inside myself. Granted, I'm not even sure how many Jasons are left in the world that know to shift over the ones on the inside. So if you do cast the rotation, you start with Vanessa. Not sure how that'll go. It's actually really fun to play as Vanessa as long as you got that speed demon perk, make repairing easier. Because then you can grab all those parts at a super fast speed and be able to install them. That makes Vanessa pretty powerful if you know what you're doing. I've known people that like completely main Vanessa that were really good at this game. For me though, I like to try to get objectives done really quickly. That's why I'm playing as Mitch right now. And yeah, there was a time I would never play as a male character in the game, but Because the fact that I wore out playing as all the other characters, I am playing as Mitch, who has stats. Out of all the stats in the game, his stats actually are the best for me, for my playstyle. The high repair, the high composure, having an okay stamina compared to Deborah. These are all really good things.
Please, no!
Worst cabin to go into. Let's find a better one. He's all the way over there. Nothing in this camp. Just a silly tent. You have no problem with the repairs or stealth you hate? I'm sorry, I meant to reply to that. I got, like, distracted by Jason. Meant to reply to that sooner. Yeah, Vanessa's stuff can be a little annoying, but honestly, I don't find stealth that useful of an aspect in the game. I used to when I used to play as AJ a lot, but then I don't know. Especially late game when Jason gets rage mode. Of course, I guess it's a losing battle in your mind to plan for late games, since late game is kind of like trying to save yourself from a fudge situation once he gets into rage mode. If you haven't had any objectives completed by that point, your only choice is to troll him around a table at that point. Stuff like that. Until, you know, the timer runs out. I haven't figured out, because I'm using a different broadcasting software than I was before, I'm going to figure it out, though, how to do a timer for the match on the bottom like I did do on OBS before. Because I liked having a little timer to show exactly how much time was remaining in the match. Because when you're in a match, you can't tell. You know, you can only tell when you have escaped, or if you've died when you're in spectator mode. Either way, you don't usually see in a match. I used to keep a stopwatch and do it that way, but I like it to where it's visible on my stream. Typically, I would open a text thing, like what you're seeing right now. It actually just put title T on here, because I was... Let's delete that. For title text. And typically on OBS, I would go under here and then just choose the TXT file. Oh, am I not? Oh, I'm quick flag. Okay, yeah, I'm still, it's searching. It takes forever on here. Like, yeah, I don't think it has an option to add a TXT file like that. I don't think that option is available on... I don't know why I was sitting all close. I'm really getting old. Look at the monitor right there. I'm just like, you know? It's not that big of a deal, but I liked having the timer. I'll work on it a little later if I can. Wow, it's taking his time. Let's leave the tape on.
I understand you are the cook at Camp Crystal Lake and...
I was promised that these counselors were responsible. That's why I took the job. These Christian teenagers would help look after my son while I worked. That's why I took this job. I was lied to.
Mrs. Voorhees, I'm sure these kids were just...
Fucking. That's what they were doing. That's what all of them were doing.
No, ma'am. The counselors were...
Were you there? No, you were not.
Mrs. Voorhees, please.
I was there.
I watched them
doing
have
my
sex.
job. Washing the dishes of these selfish, irresponsible...
Ma'am, you need to...
You don't understand. I heard him. I heard my Jason calling for me from the lake. He was calling for his mother.
Probably had to restart that search. Oh, here we are. Guess I could change Mitch's clothing. Well, that's right. I know I need to do, since I'm not used to playing as Mitch. I never set his emotes after, yes, after close to 1,000 hours of playing this game. Like, I never played as any male characters because I just don't like to. But Mitch has the, like, best stats. I really like his stats. So, yeah, let's get some dances on here. And that takes care of that. Now this time, gotta remember to push accept. Last time, like I said, even after all this time, I still make that mistake. My teddy bear blurred the camera. It's a naughty bear. Blurring the camera. Don't blur the camera. Don't do that. I love my teddy bear. Yes, I do. I'm not insane. I'm just a positive person. A very cheerful girl. And I love things so cute and cuddly. Love to snuggle anything. Just love to snuggle.
Oh man, I gotta find the others.
Liking to snuggle makes you crazy, then throw me in a mental asylum. Yeah, I always put him on the outside, just for those few pro Jasons that are gonna shift over it when it's on the inside. Most Jasons won't even think to do that, so it's kind of, I guess you could say it's a little bit of a waste of time to do it. But for those Jasons that do shift over it, you know, they're screwed, because especially if it's a house with a one-way in, they're gonna have to step in that trap. They'll have no other choice. Either that, or for Jason to finally, you know, figure out how a window works. But that's why I always place the traps outside. Because Jason's never gonna figure out how windows work. He's not a smart man, but he knows what love is. I don't know why I thought I was looking at a table there. Just having been up a long time, probably. I should have got out of this house so much sooner. I could have been gassing up something. Oh well. I can either wait for the last second he's about to break through the door and throw the firecrackers, or save them. It'd be great as if I could make these things into like stream votes. Like, what do you think I should do? Should I save the firecrackers or use it for this? That'd be interactive and fun, wouldn't it? That'd be pretty cool. I don't know what Jason's planning on doing, but with my high composure, he's not going to lead up my fear or anything here and get me that way. Oh. I was standing in front of a window? Yeah, I'm stupid. I was actually standing in front of a window. I mean, I'm not stupid, but I call myself stupid a lot. Sometimes I'm stupid. That was stupid. Yeah, there's no good windows left that are... Let's try to lure him into doing a grab. There we go. Usually that's a really solid thing to do. You start running towards him for just a second, he's always going to think, oh, this is my chance, I can go for a grab. And if you turn around just right, you can just completely screw him over there. Oh, not this house. I hate this cabin. I can still make it work, but I really hope it has a first aid spray. This isn't the one that doesn't have... Yeah, this one has a fine window, good. So there's one cabin like this that doesn't have a window you can jump out of in the back, and that's even worse. It's a cabin that looks exactly the same like this, except that one aspect. But I found more gas. More gas. Need to be able to install the gas I already have. If these other counselors would like come over here and distract him for a second, that would help. Now, that might just happen. Is that what's happening right now? I need to know. No, it's not. As I said, before I started pouring that in, I need to know. I need to know. Tell me, baby girl, 'cause I need it. There's no door here, and I have no first aid spray. And I am starting to lament not using the medic and hypochondriac combo I used to use. And they got coffee, aromatherapy, and everything. I want coffee, aromatherapy. I love coffee, aromatherapy.
Oh, God!
They got coffee, aromatherapy. They got donuts. They got coffee and donuts. They got everything over there. I was so screwed there.
Please, no!
Next time I'm going back to hypochondriac medic because this, I can't stand that. Yeah, coffee aromatherapy would be great. There's something so great about coffee and a cigarette combined. It's one of the things that made me have to start back on cigarettes, which I'm really trying to quit. Thank you so much for the 25 bits, Binga. That is super awesome and super appreciated. You think my alerts are too big? I think I might have them a little too big. Maybe. I like them though. Let's see, we've got a Vanessa with a sweater. And don't have a Tommy in the match yet, but if we do get a Tommy, if they call me, I've got a lot of experience killing Jason, so. Coffee for you right now. Thanks for the good morning, Fingon. I hope you're having an awesome day, and if you're not, I hope it gets a little more awesome soon. This is like, hugging my teddy bear is like my little way of trying to hug all of you at once. As I wish you an awesome day. That and I just love my teddy bear. Sorry for bumping it against my mic. So you may have noticed, Finget, I'm using a different program now instead of OBS. I guess you can't really tell because I'm still using Streamlabs for my chat and stuff like that, but I am using XSplit, and I got the pro version of it. So in the future, when I feel like messing around with that, I can also do that alternative to green screen for the back here. Get rid of the background. Right now, though, my cam doesn't take up much of a frame anyways. It's a very small frame. I wanted to make sure it doesn't block the game. I hate when you watch a stream and you're trying to enjoy the game, but like the stream for the webcam or the streamer is like, the webcam is like so huge that it's blocking like 30% of the game. Sorry, I said for saying like 100 times. I said it again when I said like 100. I lost a viewer for that. I don't know if it was directly related to that, but I feel like it was. I have OCD, so I would think it was. Either that or because of the awful cigarettes. I know it looks awful when I smoke. I hate smoking. I usually cut my camera off when I smoke. But like what Shane was saying before, this is a mature rated game. I've got my stream rated mature right now. It doesn't have the usual TV PG symbol that I keep in the corner when I'm doing a PG stream. I don't keep it in the corner, I flash it in the corner every hour. I try to be very professional when I do that.
Please, no! Please, no!
I always feel really sorry for Deborah anytime she's being chased because I know she's got that low stamina. Wish they had called Tommy. I'd come back. I'd help out Vanessa. We'd kill Jason. Have a good time. I hate this chair. If you hear that sound, that's this chair. That's not me. I don't have that gas. It's like, imagine that. I don't know if you hear that, but yeah, I've really got to replace this chair one day. I remember one day, months back, somebody said, yeah, blame it on the chair. I was like, no, it really is the freaking chair. Blame it on the rain. How about blame it on the boogie? I'm not gonna sing again. I'm not gonna sing again. Just making a song reference. Not that every time I reference a song, I'm not tempted to sing it, because I am. I'm a girl that loves to sing and dance. When I listen to music, I love to dance. Just because I'm mostly deaf in one ear doesn't mean I can't appreciate music. Just makes it harder to without adjusting the settings on balance quite a bit. thankfully Android phones have a little thing where it's got like a hearing test you go through, and it picks up on the exact frequencies that you're unable to hear, and compensates for those frequencies based on that, which is also really good. So that works just as well as using not just as well, I still have to use the balance thing. I still have to make the left side so much louder to make it sound even. The funny thing was, before I went to that shooting range, I was like, one mistake I'm never gonna make, I'm never gonna move one of my earmuffs. At least it was just one. Deborah looks a little bloody. Just a little. Even though you said blame it on the rain and I will stop the rain, and have you ever seen the rain? I got those Creedence Clearwater Revival songs in my head now. CCR was a good band. They had some good songs. I think it's obvious I'm a bit of an aficionado of music because I keep talking about this song, that song. Music, horror, well, classic horror, and supernatural horror. I don't mind modern horror, but supernatural horror. Modern slashers just don't do it for me. Like Friday the 13th itself, the creator of, even admitted, was essentially a ripoff of Halloween. I love Friday the 13th. Regardless of that, I didn't like Halloween. Like, that's just how I am. I found Jason much scarier than Michael Myers. So even though it was a ripoff of it, I enjoyed Friday the 13th way better than I enjoyed Halloween. Blame it on the rain, he'll stop the rain, Rainmaker, the rain song, rainy day people, rainy day women, 12 and 35. Yeah, I was doing that one day. Trying to name off all the different rain songs. But there's also No Rain. You know, you remember that great Blind Melon hit, No Rain? There is I Can't Stand the Rain. I can't stand the rain. I always remember the remake of it better than I remember the classic. Yeah, there are a lot of songs with rain. I'm only happy when it rains. There's a lot of songs with... There's a lot of songs with the word rain in it. I thought about that one day. I was like, well, you know, there's really a lot of songs with that word. With the title. Let's move the camera. Why am I just staring? I love the Beatles. Sorry for the delayed response there. I was rambling and then just like zonked out, I guess, from being awake for so long. On that note, good for more caffeine. Always a good time to drink more caffeine.
Like that asshole!
I usually don't like to drink sodas, because it's empty calories, right? It's like if I'm gonna get calories, I like to make sure it's a good meal, and that's it. And that's how I keep my weight down. Because I do have a nice slim figure. I just only show from the neck up because I'm an innocent girl. I mean, I'm an angel. I'm not one of those, like, the word that people like to use is titty streamer. I don't do that. I mean, yeah, carbs.
Is that a person?
Carbs are bad. The best thing to do, though, is to always outweigh your carbs with protein. If you got more carbs... Shane, you're a titty streamer? I don't mind my neckline showing so that I'm not just a floating head. You know, and because that extra space, you know, gives me room to adjust myself in my chair in case I feel like sitting back more and whatnot. But
You want some more? Fuck you!
is she the last one? Tommy's already come and gone. Tommy came and went, so at this point, that sweater is just a backup strap for her, just to stun him for just a second. Which really isn't that good of a strat because it doesn't really stun him. I mean, he gets out of that animation pretty quick if you don't actually do the kill. In other words, this sweater's pretty much useless, put it that way. Right now, with no Tommy in the match. She does have the troll table there. So she's a good looper. She can always fall back on that. She decided to climb through broken glass instead. Well, she is Vanessa. She can use the running thing too. That works too. Oh, and the cops are here. Cool. I think she's gonna make it. Good job, Vanessa. And now you have a nice new holy moth-eaten sweater. That's always a bonus.
You've done your job well, and Mommy is pleased. Come home, sweetie.
So we got 3 escapes. I wasn't one of them. But 3 escapes. Sorry for swallowing audibly. I never intended for some of these things to sound lewd. I only realized it like right afterwards, and I'm like, oh right, I forgot. This time around, I'm going back to my old trusty hypochondriac, medic, thick-skinned, you'll only kill me if you grab me kind of deal. Because I hate limping. Back to the tank setup. It's like a tradition on my stream. Anytime I die because I was limping, my ass is gonna start doing the hypochondriac. Let me cut off my mic so I can cough real quick. There we go. Thank you so much for the follow, Real Lord Komoro. Real Lord Komoro. Sorry, I haven't been up for a long time. I have been up for a long time. I'm sounding like an old retro video game with bad translation right now. I feel asleep. I love I Feel Asleep. To me, that's better than All Your Base Are Belong to Us, because you can feel asleep. You know what I mean? Almost like you're not really awake or asleep. Like, that was, of course, Metal Gear for the Nintendo. Not the one for PC Engine that was actually a good Metal Gear game. Slamming down more caffeine. Alright, it's right. I'm opting for no map these days.
What am I gonna do?
At least no starting map, I mean. This was the setup I used when I first started streaming this game, was the thick-skinned hypochondriac medic combo that I'm using again now. So that's kind of, it's retro. It's vintage Angel. The tank combo. I've always liked the tank combo. One of the great things about the tank combo is that if there's a 2-story building, you can abuse that too. If you have a whole bunch of first aid sprays, lead Jason up to the 2nd floor, jump out, heal, rinse, repeat. The only time that won't work is if you have a smart enough Jason who puts a trap at the bottom, because the damage you take from the fall damage combined with the trap will get you killed in that case. Except with thick skin, maybe not. That's one of the reasons I use thick skin too. Sorry if you saw my mouth is so funny there. I was trying to release a silent burp. I drank too much soda. Girls burp too. We just do it extreme quiet. Otherwise we would explode. You know, even though I'm playing as a character with the easiest one, I'm still re-rolling for a better one. Why do I do that? Because I'm silly.
God, it actually fit.
Sometimes you get one with just 2. I'm so spoiled by that one. I love that one. It's like, give me the 2 one. I like the one with just 2. It's very chill. Compared to repairing as Vanessa with the Speed Demon perk, where it does slow it down enough that you can get the inputs in time, but you have to be quick still. Sorry for always looking over here. I just, it looks funny when I keep looking to the side. It's only because every now and then my PC, I think it's my graphics card, will have a bug. After like 2 hours of streaming or so, it'll get just a little choppy, just barely choppy. Like you have to really be looking at it to notice. It'll just drop like 1 frame out of every, like, you know. But it's enough for a person with me with OCD to be bothered, so I keep an eye out for that so that I would restart it if that happens. I'm a perfectionist. Just wish I had enough money to get a perfectionist PC. Like I said, I'm able to get pretty good quality on this. I'm pushing everything to its limit. That's also because of the fact that I'm streaming off of a console rather than on the same PC that I'm capturing it on. Which allows me to push things a little farther. Keys. There's just more gas, no battery so far. But that's all I need is that battery. Why is... Okay. Sorry, I didn't have it right in front of the camera for a second there to show it, but I was pushing it quite a bit there. Like I was mashing it. That was weird. This game have a bug? No. Sorry. Sarcasm is not becoming of me. I don't like to be sarcastic, but yeah, this game does. This game has more bugs than Joe's apartment in the summer. No way, yeah, really. I'm sorry for not replying to that when I played this game. I put the webcam over the minimap part, Shane. I don't want to cover up the minimap either, though. I'm trying not to cover up any elements of it. Of course, I know you're streaming off a console, so you really only get a quarter to choose. So, covering up the minimap isn't a bad option if you have to cover up something. More bugs than the director's cut of Starship Troopers. I like that. That's a good one. I'm down with any Paul Verhoeven reference. Being a huge RoboCop fan. Oh, this door is wide open. We have a battery on the map. I do have the keys. In fact, I'm going to set them down just for a second so that people can see that I have them. So that people can come over here and maybe give me backup so that we can get out. Because if they check the map and they see those keys, they might... Yeah, they're all just going to hang out in that one building. They're all literally just hanging out in that one building. No! You wanna go ring around the rosy for a little while? Oh, fudge! Yeah, good. That's a great thing about being a high composure character. Every now and then you'll get lucky like that. Because that break free thing goes fast with high composure. If I was running from side to side, how am I expected to block a shift grab that still gets me as I'm running from side to side? It doesn't matter. Joe's apartment, yeah, I loved Joe's apartment. Did Fiend get asked about that? I didn't see that on my stream. Maybe he whispered about it. But yeah, Joe's apartment. I loved it. I didn't see it when it first came out. I saw it on Netflix afterwards. Me and my friend Ray watched it in a party together. The story behind that is I actually had a crush on my best friend of 20 years for a while there. Yeah, he wasn't interested in us trans girls, at least not for a relationship. He was certainly interested in me for like, he liked me in a sexual context. But sadly, a lot of guys don't go for us girls. For serious relationships. They just want sex. And I don't just want sex. I never have casual sex or anything like that. Played that VHS many times. Awesome. I've only ever been with one person for that matter, and that was the person I intended to marry. That says anything about my... Like I said, I'm an innocent angel. I'm an innocent. I'm innocent. The longer I stay up, it's funny to hear just how bad my phrasing gets. When I'm usually really eloquent. I'm usually quite well spoken. Which is like the closest you'll get to me tooting my own horn, because I also have a bit of a low self-esteem. I mean, I guess everybody does. Village people, Kitty. Yeah, it's totally Village people, Kitty. I was gonna do the YMCA thing and then realized I've got my cam so tiny I couldn't do that. You liked Paul Verhoeven movies so much. Thank you for watching Lesser Known. That was like Flesh and Blood and still enjoyed. So good. I haven't seen that one. I should see that one because I am a huge Verhoeven fan. That said, the ones I saw more than anything were, of course, RoboCop and is it Showgirls or Striptease? I don't know why I get those two names confused. It's one or the other. I don't know why I get those two movie names confused. I've always have. I know Striptease was the one that had the chick with the over-the-shoulder shirt. I had a shirt that I specifically took out the collar and made it so that it could go over the shoulder just to be like that shirt. Showgirls? Yeah. Okay, so it is Showgirls. I still loved RoboCop best of all, though. You know me, RoboCop is like the best movie. It's got action, it's got horror. I mean, because that 209's kind of scary, right? Especially the second one's really got horror, because Kane just scared the fudge out of me as a kid. It's got comedy, you know, it's got lots of blood and gore for people that want like a spaghetti western kind of thing. It's really got a little bit out of every genre. It really does. Except family, because it's not a family movie for sure. But I still watched it with my family growing up. I think a lot of kids did. RoboCop might have been a very gruesome, violent movie, but kids loved it. They weren't old enough to get what you're talking about there, Finn, get the social commentary that it had, but kids still loved it. When we got older, when we could appreciate the social commentary, it was pretty good too. But Verhoeven often stated it's not meant to be a judgment of America, because he did write it based upon his first impressions of America coming here. You know, I'm trying to remember what country he came from, but I don't remember. My memory sucks. But he wasn't trying to preach. He wasn't trying to be preachy, but he was still trying to just leave it as a commentary. Yeah, it's about the Reagan era for sure. It absolutely is, because money controls everything and yada yada yada. But it's presented, even though it is trying to make a point, it's not being preachy at the same time. I guess a good example would be the difference between Platoon and Full Metal Jacket. Like, Platoon is trying to make a point, and it's definitely being preachy in the way it's doing it. Which is good. It works fine. I love Platoon. It's one of my favorite movies. But Full Metal Jacket, it had a way of doing things with an offbeat sense of humor, and not, it still showed the horrors of war. You still got to see that, but it never stopped to focus too long on that. It never lingered too long. You went on to the next scene, and things just kept going, you know? So, and the book that Full Metal Jacket was based on is really good too. I highly recommend reading that. You can actually find it online, like, it's basically like public domain. The author's family uploaded it online on his website, so you can just read it in like TXT form. So the book that Full Metal Jacket was based on, I highly recommend it. The author was a little loony, but that just, I guess, made it that much better. Like, the book is a bit different. It's a bit more disturbing. It's quite a bit more disturbing than the movie. There's just some stuff in there that I thought went a little too far. There's actually one scene in the book. You know how Pyle was always like kind of tortured in the movie, and I usually don't release any kind of spoilers, but this isn't a spoiler. It's just kind of a mild thing. I guess mild, if you want to say it. In the book, though, at one point he gets tortured so badly they actually have them all piss in a toilet and have Pyle drink out of the. They went a little too far in the book, and I'm glad they didn't do that in the movie. That would have been a gross, a gross scene to watch in the movie. That would have certainly made the scene, you know, later on, make a bit more sense where he goes nuts, because the thought of being forced to drink urine, that's awful. But yeah, the book that Full Metal Jacket was based on did have that scene. So prepare for that if you ever read it. It's one of those things that shocks you, like when you come across the scene in the Godfather book about the woman whose wish from the Godfather is that he sews her vagina, or she pays to get money to sew her vagina a little tighter because she was loose. This was an actual thing that Mario Puzo wrote about in the Godfather book. So, you can't read? I'm sorry to hear that shit. Wait. If you can't read, then how could you type and, like, talk to people? You got me for a second there because I'm tired. You have to be able to read or else you can't type out messages to people. Unless you're using a speech to text. Maybe that's what it is. You're using a speech detection? That'd be pretty cool. I'm sorry to hear you can't read though, if you really can. I'm really sorry. I hadn't considered the speech to text thing when I said that. But that is something you might be using. But if you were just joking, that's funny. But if you weren't, I'm sorry. You don't read books much? I recommend audiobooks. I like to read books just right in text form sometimes, but sometimes that can wear out your eyes. I'm good eatings. Sometimes it can wear out your eyes and make you sleepy reading a book the traditional way.
No!
So, I grew to be very fond of audiobooks, and you could get a subscription with Audible that costs so much a month, and you get credits. About the Godfather, so yeah, that was a weird scene from the book. But yeah, audiobooks can be really chill, and like what I was saying about with Audible, it stacks up whatever points you don't use. So you get a point every month for just having a subscription, and it's only like I think it's $15 a month. But the thing is, audiobooks usually cost $30 to $40 if you buy them separately. So keeping that in mind, and sometimes they'll be a little less. Sometimes they'll be 20 or something like that, but it depends on the book. But keeping that in mind, yeah, Audible is a lot of fun. Audible is a great way to get them. You need the right reader for audiobooks. Anna Kendrick like her voice. Like I said, Audible, I highly recommend Audible. One of the things Audible has, too, is if the person's speaking too slow, you can turn up the speed, and it won't affect how their voice sounds. They'll still sound the same. It won't turn them into a chipmunk or anything, but you can turn up the speed at which they talk so that it's not so slow if you want to be able to... If you're reading something that's, you know, nonfiction and you want to be able to hear it faster, or if you're just simply annoyed that somebody's talking too slow, because some people read books really slow. I have no idea what you just said. Normally I would take that into Google Translate and do it that way, but I'm actually just reading things off my... I'm just reading things off my actual Streamlabs chat on XSplit. Tiffany would probably know what that says. She's the one that knows Japanese. I only know Spanish and English. Well, I should say English and Spanish, because I don't know as much Spanish as I do English, but I'm getting there. Cool about how it won't distort voice? Yeah, it's totally cool. And you can download the books for offline use if you don't want to have to rely on internet connection. It has that option. And any books you get through Audible, you'll still have them, even if you do cancel your subscription with them. So I highly recommend it. It sounds like I work for Audible. I'm sure Twitch doesn't mind. It is owned by Amazon, Twitch is. So I'm sure really they don't mind me advertising their service. But I really enjoy Audible. What can I say? I love everything Amazon offers, honestly. Prime member. I like that 2-day shipping. I order everything through Amazon. You saw my Pinnacle necklace earlier. When I have my cam on, you can see that. Like I said, I don't like to smoke on cam all the time, so I have it off just for a little while. But if I'm playing the game, I'll definitely leave the cam on, regardless of whether or not I'm smoking. If I'm just spectating, I'll leave it off. It's mostly, it's a moral thing. Like I said, I don't want people to think I'm trying to promote smoking, and I'm not.
Jason.
He does no
Mother is
axe!
talking
He
to
has
you.
no axe.
Put the weapon down and come
Oh,
to
there it
me.
is! There it is! He does have one! What the f—
That's my Jason.
Happy ending! That music, though. I don't remember that music being quite so intense before when you killed Jason.
Mommy is proud of you, Jason. But it's time to come home now.
Buzzer beater? What the hell is a buzzer beater? Oh, you mean they were trying to get it done just before the timer or something? They were waiting until the last second? Either that or it means something really dirty. I don't know why in my brain for a second there I thought of as buzzard beater. I was just picturing somebody out there just beating the crap out of buzzers, just sorry. That's not even how a buzzard would sound, I don't think. I mean, to be fair, I'm an animal lover, so the only way I could tell how a buzzard would sound if you punched one would be to punch a buzzard, and I'd never do that. They got the kill, but the end screen had him. Oh! I didn't even see that. That is interesting. Thanks for pointing that out, Shane. I didn't notice that. You are very observant. You really are. I've always noticed that about you. You're very smart and very observant. Thank you so much for the bits being good. That is super awesome and super appreciated. Oh, I'm sad that you gotta go, but I hope you have a good afternoon. Good morning. I don't know why I said afternoon. Like I said, I need sleep. I hope you have a good afternoon. I said it again. It doesn't even matter. I'm just gonna ignore it next time I say the wrong word. I hope you have a good day in general. How's that? You think you're gonna do a little gaming? Awesome, Shane. What you gonna play? One of these days we gotta do one of those like cool co-stream things. Like they made squad streams and stuff like that easier on Twitch now, to where it's very integrated into Twitch. I'm not sure if it would work very easily with you streaming from console the way that you do. But it could, I don't know. And if it doesn't, then you could always use a third-party site to host both our streams and do it that way. And then I would just capture, I guess, the third-party site to show both of ours at once, or I would just capture mine and just leave it that way, I guess otherwise it'd be silly. I'd feel weird broadcasting somebody else's stream on the side of mine. Not even sure how that would work because you're not using a capture card. Well, if you ever do want to play together, that sounded dirtier than I intended. If you ever do want to play this game together, just let me know.
get out of here. Now.
I'm talking with my mic up. I apologize. Bummer you can't join as a spectator. Yeah, that would be pretty cool, but sadly they don't have it. It's a feature they actually had on like Quake 3 Arena for the Dreamcast. Like you could play Quake 3 Arena and you could spectate. And that was on dial-up. You know what I mean? So like, they made it work. It worked perfect. So it's a shame they can't do that. Sorry, I had to cut off my mic. I had a cough. Alright, I got a battery. I just gotta find where the car is. Get a map. I look so tired. I'm looking at myself on cam. Need more Mountain Dew. Oh, God. Gotta wake me up. Sound of broken glass. Always worked with pro wrestling, right? You'd hear Stone Cold's theme song. That was it. You'd be out of your seat. Those were the days.
Hello? Oh God, help us! Jason's real! Please help us! Anyone out there? You have to come to Camp Crystal Lake! Bring a gun!
Should have told them to bring ammo. Oh God! I didn't hear him break down the door. Was there a third door in this house? I'm pretty sure I locked both doors. It doesn't matter. I did not hear him break down a door. Would be nice if I could come back as Tommy. That would be great. Sometimes I'm a little cocky with checking drawers and stuff like that. Because usually you have plenty of time. Jason moves pretty slow. But every now and then get a little fudged. I gotta say, I really like playing as Mitch right now though, just because I love his repair, love the composure. I wish he was a different character. I'd much rather play as a girl character. But since you can't just put the stats on a different character, that would be an awesome feature. Just be able to assign any character stats to any actual avatar. If these were just avatars and the stat types were just like, you know, just options. It might take away from the, you know, what they were going for by trying to make each character like a certain horror archetype. But I think it would be more fun in the end. It'd be cool to be able to play, you know, as Vanessa and be able to be stealthy. To play, you know, just anything like that. You get what I mean. I don't have to. Sometimes I ramble too much, and I know I do. So I apologize. I try not to talk too little, but then I talk too much sometimes. The funny thing is that when I try doing an IRL stream talk show, half the time I can't think of what to talk about. I guess because with the game, I have something to talk about at all times. Makes it easier. The game provides me with that subject. And I don't know what I have to do for the talk show. Game news, politics news. Video game news has been kind of boring lately. And God, I would never talk politics on my stream. I guess I could be like a news thing that had everything news-wise that wasn't political. Be kind of a short thing. Apologies for bumping into my mic. Also, apologies for rambling on about the IRL stream thing that nobody cares about. I'm a game streamer, not an IRL streamer. I just sometimes like to, every now and then, do an IRL. In fact, when me and my girlfriend went to North Carolina together, because she wanted to go there on vacation, she wanted to go see the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We went there. What was I talking about? I completely forgot! We were at Dave & Buster's. I'm sorry, my memory sucks. We were at Dave & Buster's there, and I tried to broadcast on Twitch from Dave & Buster's, which did not work out.
No! Damn it! Just die!
Either because of the thick walls, or whatever, it just could not get enough data to really... Maybe they have a jammer in there or something, because it actually says on the inside, don't film, don't record. You know me, I'm a streamer. That's not gonna stop me. I don't care.
No!
I tried, you know. If it wasn't for whatever caused it not to work from Dave & Buster's, I would have streamed from inside there. It's a really fun arcade. I love arcades, you know. Whenever I'm dating somebody and they ask me, where do you want to go on our first date? I'm like, arcades. What do you like for presents? Flowers? Or I'm like, teddy bears, because I love teddy bears. It's the best gift a girl can get. You know, flowers die eventually. You get a girl flowers, she's got to eventually watch those flowers die. And then it's not the same anymore. Your gift is dead. Your gift just reminded them of death. Congratulations. You know what I mean? But if you get a girl a teddy bear, teddy bears last forever. That said, I can't speak for all girls. Some girls might like flowers. But me, I am all about teddy bears. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong... I was looking at my stream instead of looking at my actual game, so I didn't see the railing there. The stream is slightly darker. Just because it's a stream. It always happens. I could tweak the brightness a little more later. But I'm trying not to lose those authentic black levels. To me, horror games really need those. Hi, Bugsy. The only thing this place ever has that's kind of worth a damn is this. Sometimes it has a battery. Bugsy! It's okay, I've got thick skin. Again, it might not have been Bugsy who set that up, it could have been someone else. But he was around when it happened. So I'm gonna blame him. I don't know why I always go to that after all this time. It's like I know it's a drawer I can't open. I still go to it. That's silly. I want the cooking pot. Stop giving me another skillet. I want the cooking pot. There we go. Cooking pot's better than a skillet. It has a better stun. Better stun chance. I mean, I don't know why. A skillet seems like it would be just as effective as a cooking pot. Let's get some tunes going. We're gonna be in this building, having fun, and we're getting the music going.
Help! Oh God!
Pocket knife. Once I use my pocket knife, I don't like to stick to couch trolling anymore. Well, unless I have to, unless I have no other options. But I have plenty of options on the map. I hate leaving the tunes, though. I hate leaving the tunes. I wish I had a little Walkman I could wear in game. Of course, it's the 80s. I'm trying to remember when Walkmans came around. The audio cassette kind, not the CD kind, obviously, because that would have been the 80s, obviously. I still remember my anti-skip. I hate the time he didn't have dances. I always have. I still remember my anti-skip Sony Walkman. It's like, you go through all the trouble to get an anti-skip Walkman, and what are you gonna do? You grab that sucker and jog down the street just for the heck of it. So I'm gonna test this sucker out. Let's see if it really... Let's just see. I did not just run out my stamina. Get the hell in the house, Tommy. I ran out my stamina. I was like... Sorry, I was getting mad at myself for a second there. I was like... Here's this. Okay. Car has no gas. There is a key on the map. I think the fuse would still be the best option. Of course, this is going off, there's probably less time in the match. The cops would probably get here by the time the match is over, put it that way. So, the better option would be to try to repair the car at that point. Usually most of the items for each thing, the car, the boat, all that stuff, spawns within a certain radius of that given thing. So, unless somebody's moved it, and hey, there's the fuse, but it's trapped. As soon as I was to, if I was to go for that, Jason would be over here on top of me as soon as I did. I'd rather look for the gas first. If I can't find it, then I'll try taking the traps. Oh, never mind. There's nobody there to distract him while I tanked him. So forget that. Let's try to find... Okay, he's nearby, so... Forget about the gas then. Plan B. Troll couch.
Please, no!
Now, I've seen that they can kind of grab you over the couch now. So, I'm not gonna get too close. Oh gosh! Run! That's right. I should have healed sooner. I wouldn't have started limping off of one knife if I healed sooner. I had 4 sprays. Because I already took damage earlier. I had to, because there's no way I would limp off of one knife with thick skin.
But it's time to come home.
Oh well. Would rather that didn't happen, but... I'm tired. I'm a positive girl. What can I say? I can never get mad. I don't get mad. I get cuddly. I really like my setup with using the tank setup. I missed using that. I mean, I changed for a little while to using different perks just to get use out of them because, I mean, you have all these perks, and it's like, for the most part, only 3 of them are all that useful. These 3 right here completely invalidate, for the most part, Slasher, Jason's, and Knives. And when you compare that to anything the other perks offer, it can be kind of... You know what I mean? The other perks don't offer anything that you can't get just by playing as a character that has a bonus in that particular thing. I mean, I know that typically it can also be used to offset a character's weaknesses, but that's really not good either. To put it another way, if you're using a stamina perk that gives you 15% increase of stamina and you got really low stamina to begin with, and that's only 15% of what's already low, so at that point it's better to use them to accentuate a character's strengths. And I just say screw all that and just use the tank setup. Sorry I ramble so much. I know for some people it's probably annoying as hell. I'm not trying to sound like I know it all, because I don't. I just know what I know from playing this game for so long. Certainly not trying to ramble too much, come off as pretentious or anything. Also really trying to quit smoking. One of these days my hairspray is just gonna go poof. And I'm like, it's gonna be like that Michael Jackson Pepsi commercial. Right? You know, it's wrong to joke about real life burnings. Especially since I'm a Michael Jackson fan. I mean, yeah, it's been a long time, but that would really suck. I can understand if Michael Jackson never drank a Pepsi after that. Because I sure as hell wouldn't if somebody lit my hair on fire. I wouldn't drink their drinks anymore. I'd be like, I'm done. That's it. The match never starts with this few people. Well, it does sometimes. I guess rarely. But for the most part, by the time it gets to the menu, a whole bunch of people will join. I'd say 9 out of 10 times. But there is that rare time that it starts with just a few people. Like, one of my first matches of the night, earlier this morning, whatever you want to call it, yeah, whatever. Jason just spun around in circles. Literally just spun around in place in circles. I was listening to the radio, and I guess because he didn't have dances, and Jason wanted to dance. So he just spun around in circles. The whole time. I'm not just saying like he did it like, just a little while, because I've been on this game for 1,000 hours now, I'm not surprised by that. I call it Lighthouse Jason when they spin. But for somebody to do it the whole game, when I'm the only person in the game that they had to kill, I don't know. Maybe it was just boring for them because I was the only person they had to kill. But if that's the case, they could have just quit the match. Especially since they weren't intending to kill me, but... It wasn't the first Jason I had that was obsessed with me. I had another one that was a Savini one time. And literally just did not kill me. Would follow me everywhere I went on the map, but not kill me. Hearing that Savini music all the time, I had nightmares after that. I really did have nightmares right here. That creepy Savini music. Because it is pretty creepy. Got it right. It's a Roy. Don't ever change Friday the 13th. Don't ever change. So yeah, another random character spawn. This bug has been around so long, I feel like it's getting old enough to drink. Like, seriously? I mean, your character... You choose a character, you spawn as that character. How hard can it be to program? I don't mean to sound like a jerk here, but seriously, how hard can it be to program that? I get it, programming is hard work, but... It seems like a very direct thing. you set an action to correlate to a specific trigger within the game. That's really how everything in video games is made. Everything. From enemies spawning when you step over a certain tile to, you know, just like everything. So, how they got it wrong, setting in, yeah, I'm sorry, I'm rambling. I just really would like to spawn as the right counselor more than, like, 3 times a night, you know what I mean? It's really annoying. It's honestly, it's just disappointing. Like, I've heard of the phrase code monkeys, which is supposed to refer to, like, the way characters looked in the old retro games, like a River City Ransom guys. I really do feel like this game was coded by a group of monkeys. Like, they just decided they would just go to the zoo, just set a couple computers down. And I gotta say, they did a good job for some parts, but for others, the fact that there's so many bugs is still to this day, I mean, it's disappointing. Look at it this way, I'm a reviewer, and I review games, and I have had to update my reviews for this game so many times. Because it's changed so much throughout its history. Had bugs, fixed them, had worse bugs. Fixed them at one time, but then got them again. Didn't fix them the second time. Let's get away from that window before he goes for that knife. Just what I needed, more firecrackers.
Oh, fuck. Who is that? Oh my god, I can't look.
I mean, firecrackers can be kind of useful. Especially if you use them right as he's breaking down the door, like, at just the right time so that he doesn't have time to avoid it. Get stunned by them. I guess even if he doesn't get stunned by them, it still holds him off for a few more seconds, which runs out the game's clock more and gives other people time to do stuff in the game too. Let's take a look. That's right. I'm still instinctively wanting to look around to find stuff to repair, but I can't, because I'm not playing as a repair character anymore. Because the game shafted me on that. I definitely think after this match I'm getting a nap. Like, I'm getting cranky, and I'm usually not this cranky. I have a positive stream. Everything's all about positivity and being chill. But this, spotting as the wrong character so frequently in one night.
Like that, asshole!
It's just annoying the hell out of me. It's making me just want to troll Jason right now. Or Roy, rather. Normally I wouldn't do this with an axe because it has a less of a stun with nobody else nearby to protect me, but
Help! Oh god!
this seems to be an easy Roy to bait. Oh, he's gonna do this, huh? Fine then. See you later, Roy. Bye. Peace. Of course the door's locked. Of course the door's locked. That's the thing about this game. People complain when the door's locked. People complain the door's not locked. People complain about the doors regardless. People complain about the ban the doors. Because people are strange when you're a stranger.
Please, no!
He's not gonna be baited into swinging anymore. Or baited into going for a grab. At this point, the only option... Firecracker hammer, yeah. Or to just confuse him by walking away for a time and then quickly turning around swinging when he doesn't expect it. That's another way to handle people that have gotten used to you baiting their swings. But you have to have enough stamina for that. If you only have a little bit of stamina, you're not going to have a big enough time window to make it so that they don't expect it. I need to stop running, for one thing. He's not out here, he's not near me. I mean, he's out here, he's just not near me. Only when he shifts do I really need to spread. I wanted to check that basement because basement of this building usually has goodies. Hey, we got music. Love the music. Can't remember if I got his mask off or not. I think I'll hold on to the X for now. Because if I had, I would just switch to the pod. Thank you so much for the follow, Destruct189. That is super awesome. Super appreciated. Hope you're having an awesome day. And if you're not, hope it gets a little more awesome soon. I don't know why I'm hanging out here between this bathroom and everything. I guess because I'll just jump out here and even if he breaks the window. But I'm just enjoying these tunes too much. I need to get the heck out of here. I do that. Let's use a spray. I don't have the patience to go down the stairs. I'd rather just, if I've got the spray, I'd rather just jump out. Plus it just looks so funny. The way you just float down. Even after 900 some hours, or it's really 1,000 I'm sure by now, I just stopped checking. It's still funny. Even after all that time. There we go, bat! Granted, I wish I had Sucker Punch on. It's the one thing that's kind of missing from my repertoire that I used to use in the old days. But either way, just as well. A bat is better than no bat. Hi. You're the repair character. What's going on, AJ? Time. What's going on? Got one thing done, the battery.
You want some more?
See, that's why I like Sucker Punch. That time it didn't stun him.
Like that,
And that time it didn't
asshole?
stun him. Twice in a row it didn't stun him. By the third time it definitely should, but I'm not gonna do that right now. Just going for self-preservation over trolling right now. I don't have first aid spray. So I can't go up to the second floor and go for my usual dive, which makes me sad. I like to do that when I'm being chased by Jason because it buys time. It really does. Sorry, I'm getting too much into the song. I apologize. My stream's starting to look choppy. Yeah, I'll take a break after this match because, yeah, it's been 2 hours, and every 2 hours my stream starts to get choppy for no reason whatsoever, and I have to restart the program. So, this isn't related to any setting. It can't be fixed, sadly.
Please, no! You want some more?
The Bat Bro, is he in rage mode and I just didn't see it? He must be. I must just not have seen him enter rage mode. Because I have been smacking the crap out of him and not getting a stun. I'm just gonna try the flare gun anyway, just in case. It was just really the bat not working over all that. But, yeah. One person left in this match. And like I said, after this, I'm gonna take a nap because my stream's choppy. I could just restart the stream, but I'm tired. I've been up all night. I'd rather just get some sleep for now. But I will be back on later today. After I've had my sleep. It's time for me to go Betty Buys. Yeah, the reason I'm looking over here is just watching how the stream's a little choppy. But now you see I'm talking about it's not, you know, emphatically choppy, I guess. It's choppy enough that I find it a bother when it could be perfect, so that's why... Oops, sorry, I'm gonna bump into my mic. That's why I have to restart the stream when that happens. Or in this case, I'm gonna get some sleep. I apologize, because I would like to stream a lot longer. This has only been 2 hours. Plus whatever time I was streaming before I had to restart before. So I'm sure it's been a little longer than that. It has to have been longer than that. But I am going to get some sleep. Let's go back here. And I will be back on later tonight, everybody. So thank you so much, everybody, for stopping by. Thanks for the bits, the follows, the subs. Most importantly of all, though, thanks for hanging out, because I love you all. You're my Twitch family, and I look forward to seeing you each and every day. You're one of the things that makes my days cool. It's just hanging out with y'all. That's one of the most important things in my day. It's just hanging out, talking with y'all, having a good time, playing a game. So, I look forward to seeing you all again soon. And I hope you all have an awesome day. And I'm going to say that again later to y'all. And it's the same day. Because I've streamed, like I said, over into the next day. So I hope you have an awesome day times 2 then. Times 3, times 4, times infinity. So, yeah. I will see you all soon. Bye.